The Surfing Violinist presents the Surf Vlog, episode 20. There were a few sessions during spring that I never commented on previously, so I wanted to take today's vlog to comment on one or two of those. These photos were from the run of swell on May 21st through 23rd. I had just got my new lens and I was trying to test it out, but the park just wasn't calling my name. It was the height of tourist season and going to the city pier was a nightmare, but I walked up the beach in time to see Ryan Ivey out by himself, so I figured I'd snap a few photos. By the time I reached the shore break, I realized Ryan had picked his spot wisely to find the best waves in Bay County by a mile. Just one of those epic, you had to be there for this narrow hour window or you wouldn't know scenarios. Carl Allen showed up and it just got better. City Pier really is a treasure, and while our entire county often feels like one giant novelty wave, when any of our spots dial in, they make you forget all of the doldrums, and this was one of those sessions. I got to snag a couple, though I can't remember any first-person surfing from those couple days. It was still worth it for these pics alone. Me and Andy got some time at the island on that same swell, and the island was definitely in form. Again, I wish someone had been there to document it, because I can't remember much. One of these days we swap sections and peaks with Brandon and Mike. It's really a blast to have 3 or 4 peaks and only 4 surfers out. I saw an update from Warren about his new Hayden shape setup, which looked really nice, and Tate told me about Warren's old pro model, the Psychedelic Germ, and how much he had liked it. He proceeded to show pictures from one of his Nicaragua trips with him surfing Warren's Germ. I was just moving to India at the time, and surfing was the last thing on my mind back then, so I totally blanked on that period of surf history. So this month I caught up with the ad Warren made for his 2 pro models, the Psychedelic Germ and the Unit Shifter. Genuinely one of the best ads I've ever seen, has become one of my favorite web videos of all time. I got the link to the video on Vimeo, a masterclass in guerrilla marketing. I was just getting into skimming rhythm when I stomped a bit too hard on an out the back straight air, and this was the result. In this month's Local Legend feature, we feature Rhett Graham. Fresh off of his Mentawai boat trip, check this one out. Just a great conversation with Rhett. Check the description below. It's on our Local Legend YouTube channel. Just about every time I go to the mini ramp, I tell myself, I'm gonna do a rock to fakie, and then I squeal in terror. So even after 2 years of trying, I can't force myself over this hurdle. I keep practicing rocking and rock and rolling and axling off the parking block, and every time I realize just how stiff and wobbly I really am. I have made some other transition progress thanks to Braden, one of the most consistent skaters at Ernie's Park. He was working on the little quarter and taught me to do a feeble first try. Another kid coached me through getting them on the mini ramp, so a little progress there. Right after Braden showed me how to feeble, he challenged me to a game of skate and got me to do my first frontside 50-50. And speaking of which, I did rectify my fake frontside axle debacle from last month. Still haven't pulled the trigger on coping, but using the mini quarter as training wheels is helping. And with Tate's coaching, I finally worked up to skating into the mini ramp frontside. First time was sketchy, but second time felt real good.
Perfect, man. That was right there now. Little wheelie out, man. That was good. Yeah.
Tate and I did a mission to meet Ken at Santa Rosa, and before we got rained out by a flash tropical storm. Unfortunately, I didn't get footage, but Chaz was there, a mutual on Instagram, who normally longboards when it comes to surfing. But he's really killing it on a regular skateboard, and he was skating out, he was skating in to the bowl on the deep end, and putting us to shame. The old men felt stiff. Having been rained out, we met Ken for tacos at Macho Taco in Santa Rosa. So tune into the Masala vlog to see if that's any good. This is the second Indian fusion food item I've encountered on the Gulf Coast in the last 2 months, the other being Gamo's Pizza, which we covered in last month's Masala vlog. Check those out if you like Indian food. In overall physical fitness news, I've fallen off the face of the gym earth since we began our move back in July. Moving was my gym in July and early August, and since then I just haven't made it back. So I've been beach running and paddling a bit more. The other day we took a trip to Morrison Springs and I tried to see if I could work on freediving a bit, but there's something really wrong with my sinuses and my nose just bleeds like crazy if I go deeper than 10 feet. Shame too, because I really never have gotten into the spring life, and it really is beautiful. There are rumors of waves on the horizon, but we're still waiting. Until next time, keep it consistent, even if the conditions won't cooperate. To see these videos early without ads, join the lineup here on YouTube. You just need a YouTube account, and for $1.99 a month, you click this little join button and sign up to get early and ad-free access to 4 monthly vlogs: the surf vlog, the Masala vlog, the violin vlog, and the family vlog. Thank you very much.